2010. Yeah, I did like 6 years here, and I got my diploma. Not necessarily academic excellence, but hey. Yeah, I did. I think I had like 130 something credits too. I've taken all different things. So at the end, because I took like a full course load every semester. Finally, they're just like, "Here, take this business diploma, get the hell out of here." So I did. Yeah, no, it's weird. When I walked through these doors 9.5 years ago, like I was here to play basketball. I was on a basketball team, and that's it. I didn't even have the self-reflection some of the other athletes did, where they didn't think. Maybe they thought, oh yeah, in the future I won't be doing this. I didn't even think that. I'm 5'8.5", and I was like, no, I'm going to play basketball the rest of my life. I don't know. It's really weird. I was just very like, I had no concept of being a magician or a comedian or whatever. My, life got as far as being a class clown and knowing a few card tricks, but nothing past that, just basketball. And in those 9.5 years between then and now, it's so crazy how much can go on. Like, I really learned 3 things at UFV, and the first one was life is long. And people always say, no, life's short, if you don't blink, you'll miss it. Life is long. An 82-year-old man told me that in a pub in Bath, England, and I thought about it right back to UFV, and it immediately clicked. Because this dude, he was like a retired airline pilot, like back to being an airline pilot was cool. You could drink in the cockpit and smoke and whatever, it was awesome. But before that, like that was like he was telling me his like life story. And then before that even happened, he was like a university professor in England. And he taught Latin. And that was like a whole career before a massive career. Like he taught Latin to Stephen Hawking, was one of his students. Like crazy, right? And this dude's just like, yeah, I'm 82. It takes a long time to get 82. He said. And I started thinking back about my time here. And when I first walked through those doors, all I thought of basketball. And then you play basketball, I played 3 years here, and in the summers I'm like working as a forest firefighter, and I start working with the city of Surrey, and like keep going to school after basketball, and I start learning magic a little bit, travel a little bit, and all this stuff happens, and then I get to this point now where it's like, wow, I feel like I've had like 20 little mini stories inside my one story, right? And it's just like, you don't have to know. A lot of people are like, oh Wes, I don't know what I want to do with my life. I don't know what class, I don't know what job I'm going to get. Don't rush. Like Yoshi said earlier, like it's like you got to try a bunch of things. It's not going to happen by accident. You can't just work at the bar and then hope, right? You got to just say, yep. You might not know what that thing will be, but you definitely won't find it if you're not looking. So you can just do whatever. Don't be like just go to school or don't go to school. Travel a little bit. I don't know. Don't drink too much. I have like just do it all, right? Like try. Like really, it's kind of a weird. It's a weird thing. People that think life is short normally hate their jobs, and they're normally like Monday morning, they can't wait for Friday, and they're living their lives on their weekends. If you live 2 out of 7 days a week, your life would seem pretty short, right? It would. So when you start doing something you like to do, you're interested in, you love it, you start living more days in a week, and that's the goal really, is to live 7 days a week, right? And that's kind of why I do what I do now. I mean, I think I scared my dad to death when I quit my job and came home and was like, yep, magician now. What did he say to me? So it's a bit weird. In the first one, I ate a lot of cans of tuna in my first year for sure. I felt like being a first year as an entertainer was like worse than being like a starving student. It was incredibly bad. But it's not that way anymore, right? And it's kind of weird. That's the second thing I learned actually here was don't sleep in. Never. Mostly because we had a crazy basketball coach at that time. He wouldn't let us sleep in. You finish practice at 11 o'clock at night. You start the next practice at 6 o'clock in the morning. I live out in Langley. You do the math and the driving, plus getting up, getting here. Not sleeping much. But it's something I've carried forward right to what I do now. Like, party all night, that's fine. Go do your thing, whatever. But I'm telling you, don't sleep in. Set that alarm clock. Every morning, I'm up at 6:30 in the morning. And like, I'm an entertainer. We're supposed to sleep until 2, and then because we're up at a comedy club until 3 in the morning, right? But I don't. I get up because that's where the day starts, and I don't want to miss any of it. And most people wonder like how I'm getting all the gigs. Like, there's a lot of great entertainers, especially in Canada, and none of them are working. They all have their day jobs. They're not getting gigs, and they wonder how I'm getting gigs. Like, I have some magical team of agents that's out there getting me so many gigs. But really, it's because I get up. I send my first email at 7 o'clock in the morning. Just get out of bed, send an email. It's already 10 o'clock in New York, right? And I mean, I don't limit myself to Vancouver. I'm booking gigs all across Canada, the States, Australia. it's work time somewhere. So I start calling them. I make cold calls every day. I'm more of a salesman than a magician. I literally every day just like this, yeah. And I call people. I'm like, hey, yeah, I'm a magician. You don't want to have me out there. They're like, oh no, we're set. I'm like, okay, I'll call you tomorrow. The next day, hey, you told me to call you today? No, I said, don't ever call me again. I say, okay, I'll call you tomorrow. And I just do that. I'm harassing people. I don't care. If they can telemarketer, it's fine. It works for them. Eventually, it's like you get to the point where I got a gig in Vegas last September, and I got it on a cold call. Called this guy's manager, and I'm like, I'm coming out. He's like, no, you're not. I'm like, yeah, I am. He's no. I'm like, okay, I'll call you tomorrow. Same thing I would do. Call him next day. He's like, don't call me. We have enough entertainers. We're set. I said, okay, I'll send you a promo video. You watch it. If you like it, call me. He's like, fine. Hang up. I wait 5 minutes. Call him right back. I'm like, you didn't watch the promo video. He's like, how do you know I didn't watch it? I'm like, well, you didn't call me. He's like, fine, I'll watch it right now. Please play. 10 seconds in, he's like, what day are you thinking? I'm like, Saturday, 7th September. He's like, see you then. He's like, what? Crazy. And that brings me to my other point, which is people, the third most important thing I've learned, and I definitely learned it from playing basketball here, and it's the difference between things being difficult and things being hard. Now you might not think that those two are like, they have a lot of overlap, but something that's difficult to me is something that's like intrinsically complicated, whereas something hard is probably something you just don't want to do, right? Like solving a Rubik's Cube blindfolded, that's difficult, right? Getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning and going for a run every day, that's just hard. I mean, getting up, we all do it. Running, nothing to it, right? But you don't want to do it. It's hard. So people that say things, oh, it's too hard. So there's no such thing as too hard. There might be such thing as too difficult, but there's no such thing as too hard. Get off your ass. It's not that hard, right? You just got to get up and go do it. So that's kind of like one of those things that, I don't know, again, yeah, sports will definitely teach you something like that, because you end up doing a bunch of things that's really hard. They never ask anything, you never really ask to do anything too difficult, right? But it's always that too hard thing. I guess if you can make that switch in your mind between difficult and hard, I think you're already going to be a huge step ahead in whatever you want to do. So that's just for me. And same as making cold calls in the morning. I tell all my, comedian, magician, musicians, any entertainer, they always ask me, that's how you book so many gigs. It's not difficult, man. It's just hard. I don't enjoy making these phone calls and sending these emails, but no one's going to do it for you. If I sit back and wait for the phone to ring, the phone rings a couple times a month, well, that's not going to get it done, right? I find myself in a really weird position. It's so weird, even the last year what's happened, like, I was out, get called, go to the Comedy Network. They just call me up one day, like, out of the blue, hey, it's from the Comedy Network, we're going to fly you out on Monday, have a little meeting, I want you to pitch us a show, and we're going to put you on for 5 minutes, so have something ready. Like, okay, I go, all right, this is happening. For no reason whatsoever. That's one of the calls that comes in. Remember, you can't bank on those. Just last week, 9 days ago now, I had a show at the Vogue Theater in Vancouver. Like, my name was up on the marquee for like a month, right on Granville Street. I'm probably 100 pictures of that day. I walk by that every day. I go, yeah, that's my name. It's weird. It's a weird feeling. Like most people, they wouldn't really care, but I was like, this blows me away. It's so weird stuff like that happens, and it's mostly because I'm in people's faces a lot. I'm like, check it out. YouTube's every week. Check it out. And I'm just that guy. I'm not difficult. It's just hard. But I learned all that kind of persistence from playing basketball here, and it's so weird how you can get from one place to another. But definitely don't limit yourself to just what you think you know. Don't trust your own opinion. What you think you know, what you think you want to do, probably not the case. You might change it a lot. What your parents might think they want for you, or what you think you want for yourself, you're both probably wrong. The truth is probably somewhere in the middle there. But just say yes to a lot of things. Because I got really narrow-minded for a little while there with basketball, especially when I started not working out in my 3rd year. And I went from 180 pounds to like 240 pounds, and I just really hated life. It was really weird. And Yoshi had to stop it. Oh yeah, Yoshi was there. He was swatting food out of my hand every day. Like that. You're awful. I got stretch marks for souvenirs. But now I'm back down to 185. I feel pretty good. All right. But I think I'll just do. I'll show you guys one trick. You can sit here for a while. One trick and then we're done. One is done. I'll do it like this. Do a card trick. Can you take a card for us? You're gonna write your name on it too. What is your name? Do you have a nice big long name? Or? Caitlin. Caitlin. I'll do one. And take it in front of you. All right. And here, have a pen and write your name on that. Other side. Okay. Signs at the back makes it pretty easy to find. Sweet. All right. And I'm not that good of a magician, so I'm going to look at it. Okay. That's good. Oh, you know what? You know what? You missed it a little bit. Let's just do Caitlin, and we'll go plus Wes. That's my name. I'll draw a little heart. Oh, yeah. Okay, so just a couple of friends hanging out, no big deal. All right, let's check this out here. Try like this. Keep my sleeves up. We'll do this move right here. Oh yeah. I learned magic sitting in my truck when I worked for the city of Surrey. Seriously. Okay. First trick. We're gonna do one thing here. We're gonna do this trick right here. Missed that one? Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Okay, then what's your favorite sport?
Well, I know about rowing too. So
Rowing.
yeah.
We don't really have instant replay in rowing, but we do it here anyways. It's okay. Now you guys, you don't miss that? I got he's confused. I don't know if he's trying to figure it out or he hates it. Can't tell. Looks like he's in line for like a Justin Bieber concert. Alright, let's do one thing here. We'll do one thing here. Do like this. That would have been so sweet if I caught that. Alright, Caitlin, that's our card. And one more thing with our card, Caitlin, before I wrap this up. Just because I want you guys to actually believe what you're saying here. Alright, sleeves up on this one. Here we go.